Hello everyone, I'm Anna and welcome to the channel. Today I want to talk about Inktober goals and why it's okay to change your goals midway through Inktober, or in my case at the start of Inktober. Your goals should not restrict you into what you can do. If you're not having fun with the goals that you've set and it's causing more strain and you're feeling it more difficult to create art, the goals probably aren't right for you. This year my goal was mainly to improve upon last year. I didn't like the erratic nature of last year. But I've now found that my attempt to get out of that erratic nature has then had a rebound effect on my creativity. That would mean that my goal was a little too restrictive and a little wrong for what I want. I had a goal to obviously record each video and edit it on the same day and then sketch for the next Inktober's video while I was editing. I was finding that I couldn't sketch anything for the next day because nothing was seeming right. The problem there would be the fact that I was restricting myself to a routine with my art. Art, for me at least, doesn't work to a routine that well. I like to have more of a flexible allowance for it. I don't really like being contained to one medium either, which is why Inktober is probably a bit of a struggle. And because my goal was to create cohesive pieces, I don't think I was relaxing enough with the sketches because I wanted them all to look similar and to look like they were in a set. While it's admirable for me to have attempted that, I feel like taking a step back is the best way to proceed with my goals of making this a great Inktober. The pressure of creating a set of images is compromising the quality of my images, I feel like, so that would mean that my goal that I set at the start of Inktober isn't quite right and needs adjusting. I wanted to get away from my usual style of art, like just a portrait or something, for Inktober, but I feel like that is actually causing me more stress. It's harder to create images that match each other when you're on such a limited time. With Inktober, obviously creating one illustration a day and then you're posting it on YouTube or Instagram if that's what you like. And it's a lot of work to keep up all that. And I know it's only day 6 now, but the last 5 days were a test for me to see if I could keep up with the stress this year. And while I can, it's the goals that are causing me the most annoyance. I need to adjust them. And that's why it's okay to adjust your goals midway through a challenge or just midway through your arc progress. Understanding that you can't keep up with those goals is a step of being an artist, to evaluate your own work and see what's going wrong. Being able to adjust your goals shows a maturity with your art and a respect of the medium that you work in. You should respect your own creative journey as well. If the goals you set yourselves are too restrictive, you're not respecting how you work as an artist, which will then lower the overall quality of your work and make art something to be resented. I realised that I wasn't giving myself enough downtime to practice art in between creating sketches for Inktober, which is obviously a problem for my creativity because I'm not letting loose a few ideas on paper as if they're finished pieces. Because Inktober takes so much time of the day, it's easy to forget that you should be unleashing a bit of random stuff on some paper just to keep your mind at ease. Now that will be my next goal, to make sure that I'm doing random pieces after or before an Inktober piece to warm up and relax. But that is not a restrictive goal since I can decide not to draw a relaxing piece on one day. Whereas my previous goal to complete lovely pieces for Inktober with background images and lighting was a little too restrictive because then it wasn't allowing me to experiment enough. With the black ink decision I made, that's a little restrictive, but I feel like if I just added some black ink pens, that would really jazz it up. That's another thing. Never be afraid to add or exchange things in your medium, especially in something like Inktober, if it's stifling your creativity. Having a variety of supplies will actually benefit your art in the long run, and keeping to one set of supplies when you don't feel completely comfortable with that is detrimental to your art journey. So yeah, that's just some of my thoughts on goals, especially regarding Inktober, because I think a lot of people make goals for Inktober that then end up stifling them. I know last year I made a couple goals that did not work out, and obviously this year some of my goals haven't worked out. I think as well it's fine to admit that your goals haven't worked out. It's not like you're a failure because you haven't been able to do something you wanted to set out and do. Past you couldn't understand how difficult that one goal could be for you in the future. It's fine to admit that failure and it makes you a stronger artist. So I'll see you all in tomorrow's video, which probably won't be as wordy as this one, and I hope you enjoy that one. Bye!